we have Mancy and Stanley and Evie here. And Stanley, Mr. I'm in charge, has already established himself as the guy in charge here. He's already told Mancy to calm down. It's really funny. I love that he's promoting himself. So as long as he makes choices, then he can promote himself away. It just means he wants to keep learning. So that's great. I like it. So, and as long as you have dogs that'll listen, even though he's way younger than her, just it is what it is. So, but you can already tell that's exactly what he's doing based on how he's walking here. And Evie's okay with it. She's technically in charge, but she's allowing him to feel like he's in charge just to empower him too. That's how they learn. So Evie could care less about being in charge. She just likes to go with the flow these days. So one thing I will say about Mancy is she doesn't seem to be catching on to how to walk in a pack. And I'm guessing that has to do with walking style. So I want to do some trainings to make sure, because by this point, shouldn't have to really hold her like this. But she's just like, blah, 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 like back and forth, doesn't do this, stops, walks in front of me. And it's just, so I just want to make sure. Part of that is the length of the leash, and part of that is making sure she's on a gentle leader and how you're walking her. They do get to have like time to walk, but if they can't focus enough to like walk like this, that's an anxiety thing. So it's like they've got to be able to focus enough to walk like this. So they can get their sniffing out by doing that, but it's like most of the time it's like, so you can tell like this is what's happening. Even him, who is way younger, and it's all a mental thing though. Like right now it's okay for her to get a little squirmy. It's normal. Easy there. So see how Stanley went up next to her? He went there to help her because you can see she's getting stressed out. But that's also why they need to be next to you and closer to you, because otherwise they're going to get too anxious. They need to be by you. They're part of the pack. So when they're like la 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 out there, they're just going to feel everything the way they want to feel, and you're not going to be able to help them. So that's hence the reason to have them here. And the gentle leader helps make sure you can time it better and more accurately, because most people's timing's off just because it's hard to do it as fast as the dogs need you to. So there's that. That's why the gentle leader helps. So, hey, yeah, she's super amped up. She's definitely like been more amped up here than she has been in the past. Like she has a really hard time walking here. So I might have to pull her from these trainings and go back to the trail and see, but I'm trying to give it time since she was here, but she's just a little amped up. So I just want to make sure we're not overdoing it for her. Okay. But yeah, she needs like a rock to be next to her. And that's Stanley. And you can see he's filling that role very well, which is great because he already promoted himself. So as long as he knows what he's doing, but he is doing it right, you can see, because they're just like kind of glued together. Sometimes he kind of drifts off, but then they go back. So they're both very curious, but they are bonded. So it's like once they get bonded, she's going to be naturally more calm and just a little more eager and willing to do things that she normally won't in an open-minded state instead of just a forced state, because it's her reality. So that's where this kind of comes in. You can see they're shadowing each other. Very interesting. But yeah, these kind of things allow us to push it up a little bit so that we can break them outside of their comfort zone, and they can become just more adaptable in general to life. So people always ask me what it does, but that's what it does. It's like a lot of them are just closed off and they're not willing to do things, or they get so scared doing it. So the dogs really help them become more brave, and then there's more brave naturally. And it takes different amounts of time because it's a mental thing for all of them. So that's why I have never have any idea how long it's going to take. And setbacks can happen, and I don't have control over a lot of that stuff. So, and a lot of it has to do with how much they walk every day, how much they do other stuff like this, how many times a week the clients come to stuff like this, because they need a lot. Almost like the number is how many exposures does it take for them to do it, and it can range anywhere from 100 exposures to 10,000, depending on the dog, and depending on their age, how long they've gone through, what breed, how many bad exposures they've had. So that's why puppies are easier to fix, because they haven't had as many negative exposures that traumatize them and make them feel one way. So they're much more forgiving. So once her walking got to the point where she just like literally couldn't think normally anymore, I decided to shorten her leash and tied it. And so that's as far as she gets to go right now. And she very quickly got more calm and has been able to focus. So I really think that having her walk like this is important for at least half of your walks. Half need to be exploring sniffing opportunities, but half of them really need to just be, hi. She needs to just be right here. And in places besides the trail, like places that are going to stimulate her more, that she's not used to. Different places, not just the neighborhood, but like things that are just more triggering to her, because that's what she needs. She likes to be challenged. So, yeah, just break her out of her routine a little bit. She needs that.